Get up. Hey.
That's how we start. Get out.
No, no, I was talking to my daughter. I was trying
That's
to
not
say
how
it
we start,
before.
right? No, I'm just playing.
like, oh, get out. It's like, hello. Just like,
I'm
I already
joking.
feel like it. Like,
Well,
oh, I
welcome to
already
Pop
feel like
Your
I'm causing
Shit.
trouble. Thank
You
you.
good. Welcome to Pop Your Shit.
Thank you.
We gonna edit that part out.
Keep it in, baby. They know I'm rough around the edges, okay? They know I'm rough around the edges.
Oh, I am tickled. Y'all, this the foolishness. They had me in a chokehold this last couple of days.
Baby, I'm such a serious person. I'm such a serious person.
Absolutely not.
I'm
Aubry J,
serious.
the beautiful, the talented, the skilled Aubry J, y'all. Welcome,
Hi,
welcome, welcome,
Punky.
welcome, welcome.
Hi.
Hi, love. How are you?
I'm here. I'm okay. How are you?
Listen, we just gonna get into it. I know I'm supposed to. I think I'm supposed to wait to the end to discuss the book so the people can stay. But, ma'am,
What's up? What you want to know?
first let's do this. I need you to
Mm-hmm.
tell the people where to start in your catalog because
Okay, so
now I done got a whole bunch of people excited and they need to know where to start so they not missing nothing.
it depends. Like people ask me that all the time, and I'm always like, I don't know. Like just pick a book. Pick a
You can't
book.
pick a
Like
book
I don't
because then
know.
you're gonna miss stuff. I started with CJ and Dove.
Okay, so you started from the very beginning, like when I didn't know what I was doing in urban fiction and was just trying to figure it out. Like, mm-mm. Hi Kay, I come in peace on this side too. Okay, so just know. Um, but I didn't know. Like I was like, okay, let's try this out because when I came in, I wanted to do contemporary, and I was like,
Contemporary where?
oh,
Where?
got you. That's what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do that. Like I just knew I was gonna make it. And at that time I was under a publisher and she was like, let's try urban. And I was like, baby, I don't read urban. I don't know nothing about this genre. Cause I read contemporary. I read rom-com. Like I don't really read urban fiction, even back then. And she's like, no, I think you could do it. Like, yo, zig is that. Go ahead and just try it. So I did Fell for the Op. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I can unalive people. I can just whatever. Um, and then I did I Stole a Thug's Heart. And then I got to be a little bit more with that, oh, you not all in there. And people was like, oh yeah, yeah, this is your niche. Go ahead and do that. You got this. Like, come on. And I was like, okay, okay. And then I was lucky enough to be introduced to the L Casing. Okay.
She just say hey.
And
She just said
that's
hey.
my girl. Okay. I was introduced to her and she was like, this is how you can expand your writing. This is where you go. This is how you tell a story. And she was like, she's pretty much Cliff Note version. She was like, I'm going to teach you. Well, she didn't say teach you, but she was like, you're going to learn how to show a story instead of telling a story. And I was like, I don't know what that means. Teach me. Because, I mean, it's the L Casing. So you like, I'm going to humbly shut up and let you go ahead and teach me. And anything that she's ever dropped down, she'd be like, Aubry, go ahead and try this. Aubry, this is where it's missing. Aubry, let's go this way. I eat it up every time, every single time. And I worked on A Savage Resolution. It was an anthology with her, myself, Jazz
Mm-hmm.
B, and Tava. And she was like, no, baby, I'm like, hey, I got this idea. She's like, do it. And I'm like, but I don't do it. And Tava, Jazz were the exact same way. They like, no, do it. That book was supposed to be, or that my portion of the story was supposed to be like 15, 20,000 words max. I walked out at 43,000 because of her and them. So I'm like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Let's go. And so she's like, oh no, your next book, we're gonna do it some more. We're gonna do it some more. We're gonna do it some more. So it's like when people say, where do I start? I'm always like, I don't know, because it depends on what you're looking for. If you looking for something certain, then okay, cool. But if you're not, start at
They want
trenches.
the
You like that
foolishness
crazy?
I was reading. That's what they want.
You got to start at trenches. You got to start at trenches for that. Because if you don't and you try to just jump into there, you're not going to know who these people are or how they came about. Because I tell people all the time, I don't know how to end a story. That's why you always get these glimpses of these next people. Because their stories to me they're not done. You might have finished that section, but they're not done. They just don't
Right.
go away. So I'm always introducing new people that I'm like, oh, I may expand on this person. I may do this. I may do that. But then you get them and I'm like, here you go. So people ask, where do I start? Hell, just start at trenches. And if you
So
want to
y'all
go
heard
back,
her.
go
She said,
back.
hold on, because I'm about
Start
to
at
respond.
trenches.
Start at
Start at trenches.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. So I done been through them. Okay.
Okay.
My favorite character, you know who it is. I'm sure it's everybody's favorite character. That
That damn
damn
crude.
Genesis, aka Crew. Where the hell was he going with that fanny pack? Is the question.
It's where you keep his supplies. It's where you keep his supplies. Like, you gotta have your essentials. What do you mean? Like, you gotta have your essentials.
That was the fanny pack for me.
Like, you gotta have your essentials. You got your essentials? Cool.
I
Great.
was trying
Let's
not to
go.
laugh so hard at that. But when I tell you, I chuckled so hard, and I know it was late, and I know my son was like, "Mom, I got an interview in the morning." I didn't give a damn. Baby, I laughed so hard when he had that fatty pack on. I was like, "Where the hell are you going with
You gotta have your
this?"
essentials. He said he ain't put nothing in his pockets. What if he gotta run? He's all gonna be on his fanny pack. You gotta get to going. Is I, I don't know. It's how my
Why
brain works.
everybody don't have no screws in this family? Why? Because wait a
Because
minute.
they make life
He done
boring.
ran
What
around
you
talking about
doing?
he pregnant, knowing that the girl pregnant. Why he ran around talking about he pregnant?
Yeah, he had to speak it into existence. you gotta you gotta put it in existence. Like, oh my god, no, yeah, he spoke that to existence. She wasn't leaving him.
It, from the granddaddy on down.
Hmm. Hmm. It's a family trait.
Okay, I do have a question. I think this
Hmm.
is a legitimate question. So when you doing a book, your character names, it's like, okay, so they're gems. So you have these names. Then you have the names of the Bible. Then you have these. Explain to me your process in finding character names.
I don't find them. They just kind of I go with one and stick with it. If it makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like ordinary names. I tell people that all the time in real life or in a book. Like my kids' names are not ordinary names. Like my kids are Phoenix, Taurus, and Ramsey. Like I don't do the Phoenix is the most ordinary name out of all three of my kids, but I just don't do it. So when I start a family in my head, like I'll use the DeCourtes as an example. I knew Crude's name before I knew any of his other family. I knew this man's name was Genesis. I knew he came from a family that had ties in like the community and that his grandfather was a preacher. Like I knew this, but I didn't know where I was going with him until I started on I can't remember whose book I was writing and I mentioned Exodus and I was like, well, I got Genesis, I got they together. And it was like, oh, okay, then let me go ahead and get Cross. Let me go ahead and get Judge. Let me go ahead and get Mercy. Because Judge originally was a woman.
No, really.
And I again because I don't like orthodox names for people. So I'm like, why couldn't Judge be a woman? And the group chat was like, no, that's a man. That's a man. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that's a woman. And they were like, no, that's a man. And I was like, well, Cross is a woman. Because Cross was originally a man.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, Cross can be a woman. And I was like, okay, cool. That's where we're gonna go with this then. But I always link them together, no matter what. Like you said, I have the Decortes, which are the Bible thumpers. I have the numbers. They all have birthdays correlate, or their names correlate with their birthdays. The astronomy sisters. I have the rush, but like they're always all gonna go together. I'm kind of too lazy to try to think of anything else, if you'll be
I know, but
honest.
it's genius though.
I'll take it. It's laziness to me, but
No, it's genius though, because when someone's asking about characters, they kind of know, oh, okay, I can remember. For me, it's helpful for me to remember. So I know there's Exodus, there's Genesis, there's Cross, there's this person, there's that
mm-hmm.
person. I can get it, you know. Then you have the grandma whose name is Mary, you know. So
The
it's
granddaddy name is
for me
Gabriel.
to say, okay, I know which family this belongs to.
Mm-hmm.
Where sometimes I tend to get lost with other books, not
Mm-hmm.
intentionally, but sometimes I'd be like, okay, what was his name again?
Mm-hmm.
I remember this family. So you made it, not that you didn't make it memorable, because I'm flabber to the damn gasket, as Storm would say, but you made it memorable. Their names are memorable to me. It's not like something that's crazy. It's not it's not way out there, but it's enough out there that you can remember.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take that win in.
Look. So you did something. You did something. You didn't even know you was doing
Mm-mm.
it.
Mm-mm.
So okay, what happened to Genesis? Why he the one who batched? I mean, all of them is crazy, but he is batshit crazy.
Is he
But
though? Is he?
he's smart.
Mm-hmm.
He is smart.
Mm-hmm.
But when things come out, I'll be like, what is wrong with you, sir?
Mm. Baby, that's me.
Is
That's
he?
me.
So is he? Because I was going to ask you that. Who do you identify with? Is it in his Genesis?
Where everybody be like, that's crazy. I'm like, sounds pretty normal to me. Like, it's okay in my world. I I stress I stress the group chat out. Call my sister. Call my sister. I stress the group chat out. I stress the people that actually know me out, because I be like, oh yeah, that's okay. And they be like, no, Aubrey. And I'm like, but it is. But we're gonna do it. It's okay. And they be like, no. Mm-mm. And I just be like, I bet you I'm gonna do it. It's okay.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you, because right now you are sending me. You are sending me to some other stratosphere. I don't even know where I'm at. But baby, when I get there, I'm gonna let you know. But really, I would have never thought. But okay, so do your characters, are you pulling from people that you know? Like Cross is very to herself. She doesn't like to share unless she has to be fully comfortable, and she's like
Me,
watching everything.
me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But you're not diabolical like that, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna fool with you.
Let me tell you. Okay, so when I wrote Pieces of Me, when you were doing your like reactions and stuff, baby, I was at work giggling. Okay, like sitting at work giggling. But when I was writing Pieces of Me, and then when I say the group chat, everybody always knows it's L Case and Jazz B and Tava. Okay, the front yard scene. Okay,
Woo.
when I was thinking of that scene, I said, y'all, I got a scene in my head. Now the group chat, anytime I say that, they just be
Oh Lord.
like they already know it's gonna be something. And I was like, I got this scene in my head, and they was like, okay. And I was like, tell me if it's two out there. And immediately they was like, yes. Before I even told them, they were like, yes. Because if I started, like, yes. And I was like, anyway, so I tell them this scene, and it is crickets on the phone. Crickets. And I was like, hello, is anybody here? And they was like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
But
And
you
I was
did
like, that
it.
don't sound good. But wait, it gets worse. I was like, that don't sound good. They was like, don't do that. Aubry, don't do that. And I was like, I don't know if I like this kind of support I'm supposed to be getting right now. I don't know. So then I'm talking to Dandridge Monroe. Love her down, okay?
Girl,
Love
you
her down.
know she gonna say do it.
Baby, I said Dandridge. The group chat is not agreeing with what I'm writing. She was like, hand it here. Let me see it. Let me see it. Come on, let me see it. And I was like, okay. And I sent it to her, and she was like, do it. If you don't do it, me and you gonna have some problems. When I meet you in person, me and you gonna have some problems. And I was like, I can do this. She was like, if you don't, me, and I said, yes, ma'am. Okay, because baby, if I ain't gonna do nothing, I'm respecting elders. I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay, okay,
But
cool.
she writes some outlandish, crazy shit.
Exactly. So I went with who I felt matched my crazy. Okay, I was like, she sees it. We're kindred souls. Like, I love this for me. I wrote it, and then I wrote some more, and then the warehouse scene. I was like, I didn't even go to the group chat. I said, y'all not gonna tell me no. I was like, Dandridge. And she was like, Hannah, here, let me see it. And I sent it to her, and she was like, make it worse. And I was like, huh? And because it was not that scene. She was like, make it worse. And I was like, okay. I'm gonna amp it up a little bit. I'm gonna amp it up. I made it worse. And she was like, put it in a book. Just like that. And I said, oh my God, she's my friend. She she knows my crazy.
Not that we giggling.
She's my friend. It's my friend now. I'm like, yes, come on, sis. She's like, yeah. And she tells me any and every time, Aubry, step it up. What you're doing is not enough. If you need to go higher. And I'm like, yes, I'm aiming for hell. Yes. Yes.
Girl,
Every
you've
time.
reached the pits of hell.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, let me tell you something. That damn Jamel in what is it called up?
Call me slipping.
Probably slipping. I need him to go to the lowest pits of hell.
He gonna get there. He gonna get there.
I need him to be so far up under there. I need him. I need to. The way I feel right now,
How far along are you in it?
34%. I
Oh,
just
baby, he
started
ain't, he ain't even
today.
topped it yet. He ain't topped it. What he gonna
No,
do?
we hadn't even got to him yet. She just got beat up. Sorry, spoilers,
That
spoilers.
ain't it. That ain't it.
And he's
He getting
teaching her.
worse.
He gonna do her worse than that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me go
You
put my
don't really
pamper on.
understand. No, listen, you don't understand how horrible this man was until you read, if you read Never Faking About You. Because even though he's unalived in Caught Me Slipping, you get some more of what he did in Never Faking About You. Because he, have you gotten to where she says that one of her friends is no longer one of her friends?
That they agreed to not talk about him.
Okay, so the friend that you'll find out the story of what he did to her in Never Faking About You. And it's the way this man has like warped in my mind. If I could unalive him again, I absolutely would, but I can't. But the way that he has destroyed 2 out of those 3 women in that friendship group is like And I said I would never write an emotional story. And I know I'm going to have to write an emotional story.
Are you okay? 'Cause,
I'm okay. I'm good.
woo!
This a lot of Lifetime when I was younger laying in the bed. Like, my mama shouldn't have had me watching it. That's all it was.
The amount. Okay, someone said in the comments when I did that, but I called you. I kept calling you ma'am, and I couldn't talk. That
Mm-hmm.
was a real live reaction to both them scenes, but most importantly, the one in the warehouse. I couldn't talk because I was done. Just turned me over with a fork. And I was like, they sitting here laughing and talking about it and throwing threats. Nine should have been running for the hills because he wasn't ready for that. I know he couldn't
He
have
loved
been
her
ready.
though.
Hmm?
He loved her though. He loved her though.
But I know you said that's their love language, but ma'am,
Mm-hmm. He loved her. He's scared out of his mind of her. Don't get it twisted. He's absolutely, and again, you'll find out never faking about you. Like he's scared. They all are a little scared, but he loves her. So
so is that why what is it, Crude? He keeps calling her the murderer.
the murderer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
But she's honestly, in my opinion, so far, she is the calmest of the females. What I've written so far, playing with the other females in their stories, she is absolutely the calmest.
but she's the scariest
But
to
she's the
me.
calmest because
You
that's the
know
only
when
one
they
you've
come, they
met.
scary.
But that's because you only met her. You ain't met everybody else yet.
Oh Lord, I'm scared.
She's
I'm here for
calm
it, but I'm scared.
because you ain't met everybody else. Because who's next? Mercy is next. Mercy,
Because
you'll meet
I was gonna ask you about her because
the
she's out
basketball
playing
player.
basketball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What made you decide to say this is gonna be a family of unalivers? Everybody. What
Because I don't
made
know what
you?
else. Because I don't know. Because listen, I told you this is me just getting into urban fiction. So I don't ever want to. A family of unalivers to me, I'm like, oh baby, that's easy. You just gonna kill some people. I'm not worried about that. I can't write about drug dealers because I don't know how to lingo. And baby, you be in there mad because I don't know what I'm supposed to be selling, how I'm supposed to sell it, or none of that. So I can't do that. So I always go with what, and I mean my FBI agent that be watching my search history. He know I'm off because I be googling the shit out of stuff. How I kill somebody with electrical tape, barbed wire, and battery acid. Like I be googling it.
What
Mm-mm.
FBI?
Baby, I know I'm being watched at this point because my search history is just not right.
Do they?
And
They do know that you're writing books.
I say it out loud every time I get to searching for something. Like, I'm like, listen, Mr. FBI agent, I am just doing research from a book. Please don't take me to jail. Every time. I don't really want to go murder somebody. I just need to, Google some stuff. And hopefully they understand. But I feel like all urban fiction authors do that. Like you gotta go ahead and put that out there. Like, no. Mm-mm. See, the feds gonna be knocking at your door because baby, I'm not going to jail. Mm-mm.
Here's the proof. Here
Mm-mm.
is what I was googling for.
It's a book,
Wow.
okay? Mm-mm.
So I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What made you decide, or why? I don't know. It's not you. Maybe it's the characters. Are the characters talking to you too?
Girl, I'm just a reporter.
So McCoy, I
Mm-hmm.
she's an accomplished attorney from what I could tell. Why is she letting this man
Mhm.
beat the hell out of her?
Because I didn't want it to just be, when you see a lot of the books and TV shows and movies and you're dealing with DV, it's always the quote unquote weaker female. The one who does not have anything going for herself. The one that's like, this is the only thing that she knows. It's the only thing that she can accept. And I was like, wait, why can't she be strong and still have this part of her that's like, I'm not that strong? Every black woman is, or every woman, period, we not that strong all the time. And she has some traumas from childhood and not knowing who her people are and loneliness that he took that and ran with it. So I'm like, no, you can be successful. You can be strong. You can be this Billy badass and all this. But at home, you getting that head knocked between the washer and dryer. And I need somebody else to see that because there's somebody else is dealing with it too. And everybody was like, oh, Earth saved her. I'm like, no, he didn't. Mm-mm. No, she saved herself.
Yeah, because
She
she put
figured
it all
out,
in motion herself.
yes, she figured out how to get the hell up out of there. And then when she did it, Earth catered to her in a way that you was like, okay, hold on. Because that man gonna speak some words of life into her every time. Every single time. And I'm like, yeah, that's what she needed because this is who she is. And you got this woman for me. I was like, she's so strong. She's so cute. She's just doing everything she got to do. She just need a good nigga beside her. And here come Earth with his little crazy self.
Who crazier, Earth or fire?
It depends on what you doing. Earth is more calculated. No. Mm. They
Miranda
crazies
said
is different.
fire.
Cause she already read Fire book. That's how she's saying that. Because Fire is more calculated, but Earth is quiet. But Fire is gonna live in his crazy. He was like, nope, this is what I am, this is who I am, you're gonna love me, you don't have a choice. Where Earth was like, nah, I'm gonna teach you how to love yourself. Cause I already love you, so I don't gotta worry about it. And I'm gonna protect you. And then once he did all that, I mean, that woman got her life. So we were set. But Fire to me is just fun.
Okay. Question. Do you feel the need to, when you create families, do you feel the need that everybody has to have a story, or is it okay that they don't have a story and they just play along as the background to somebody else's story?
I'm okay if they don't. I don't ever try to push a story. I have plans for everybody, of course. I'm like, oh, I can hook you up with this, or I can do this, or I can do that. But if it never comes into play and they're just a background character, I'm okay with that. Crude was never supposed to have a story, period. Like I had nothing for him. I was like, this man just gonna play because that's all I'm gonna do. And when I finished writing Caught Me Slipping, I was, even though like, yes, you get this great redemption story and all of that, the readers absolutely bullied me into their book, but I
I
needed
saw the video.
like they absolutely bullied me into it, but I needed this reprieve from such a heavy topic and Caught Me Slipping. So I was like, whatever I write in this 7 days is what y'all getting. I don't care if it's 13,000 words or 30,000 words. What I write is what I'm doing. And I didn't tell anybody besides the group chat that I was writing it because they were well aware of it. But I was like, this is all I'm doing. I don't have anything else. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not, playing around with anything else. And once it was written, sent to edits, came back, cover, I was like, well, yes, this man's getting a story. But if they don't get one, it's okay. If they do, shit, I'm sorry. Because it's probably going to be some shit in there.
Do you ever
We going to
regret
show up.
writing a story?
Not yet. Not yet. Ask me in a couple years if I'm still doing this. Like,
Ma'am.
hey, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. I'm here while I'm here. That's all I got. Like, cause one day I might be like, hey, I'm sick of y'all. Like, I don't want to do this no more. So I'm here until I'm not.
I am flabbergasted because when I tell you when I first started with I fell in love with the op. I think that's the name of it, right? One and two.
Fell in love with the op. Mm-hmm.
I was intrigued. You had me then, but as I kept reading along and I saw the progression of the stuff, it just seemed like the storyline kept getting crazier and crazier. And I was like, okay, so do you feel like, okay, I did this in this book, I got to figure out how to one up it, or it is the story is whatever it is going to be, whether it's one upped or not.
I have a goal of just writing better. I don't have a, oh, what crazy can I do? It's a, can I write something better? Can I give them something that I've never seen before? Because again, I don't read urban fiction. Like there's a handful of urban fiction authors that I will read, and it's not because I dislike everybody else or anything like that. It's more so I don't want to step on the toes of somebody else or like accidentally rewrite something from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm writing, I'm always, the unhinged part comes later. Like I know they're gonna do something, but I'm like, okay, like I said, call me slipping. Oh, baby, this is a DV book. Okay, when it got too serious for me, I was like, hey, I need to laugh. Like that's really how I went. Um, and Pieces of Me, it was a secret baby book, and it was secrets and all of this, and I was like, oh, when I need that reprieve, I'm gonna find something to laugh at. So it's not necessarily topping the unhinged or the crazy. It's topping what makes me pause, topping where I'm like, oh, I had to think about this, all right, because I don't outline or anything like that. Everything is straight off the dome, every single piece of it, every single time. I respect the hell out of the ones that can outline and do. I can't do it. That book will never get done.
Is there anything that's too far for you?
Bless you. In what way?
Like, I will never write this trope, or I will never write about this type of person, or that. Is there something that's too far that you would
um
never write?
I won't do like some of the taboo stuff like the step siblings and stuff. I ain't doing all that shit. But in the certain things, I will speak on essay of children very lightly because I really don't like to go into detail with that. I will never ever ever in my life write about it. You will never get a scene in a book from me on that. And if somebody says, oh, Aubrey wrote that, they're a bald faced fucking lie. I ain't do it. That's not how it works. Um in the very beginning, I said I would never step on DV. Caught me slipping. I feel like I tried to balance it out enough to where I'm like, okay, yeah, I did it. Do I plan to go back? No, absolutely not. Um, I don't necessarily like to go heavy. I'm not a heavy person. Um, I don't want to be sad. And if I gotta write it, I'm gonna be sad because I picture it in my mind. So that stuff, that's probably, Call Me Slipping would probably be the last time you ever really read a DV book for me. Like I said, essay of kids, not ever gonna happen. Like I may, like I said, I may mention it, but you never will get a scene. Um, and like the taboo stuff of like step siblings and stuff. Shit, no, I ain't doing that either.
What's a genre that I mean a trope that you want to write, or a genre that you want to write in, either or that you haven't written in yet?
Paranormal, paranormal.
So that's gonna be bad shit. That's crazy too.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, like baby, I'm about to go in there and show the fuck out. I don't got no limitations. Oh baby, it's over with. Like urban fiction, I got little limitations. They be like, it don't sound real. Well, guess what? Paranormal ain't. Goddamn it. So there you go. Mm-mm. Like,
What
come
do
on
you
now.
say to that though? Let's talk about that for just a second. What do you say to a person like what? Okay, so I'll use only for the week. For instance, when I tell you that pissed me off, that upset me so much. I had to go out and buy 5 books and give them away because I needed her to understand. Just because this man owned a yacht, and don't get it twisted. My cousin owned a yacht. I,
Right.
I don't know if he get it for somebody to read. They make money on the yacht, but they have a yachting company. But what do you say to readers who classify urban fiction, street lit, however you want to classify it, that it's really kind of beneath everybody?
They ain't got no imagination. They, those are the same people that will go around and say, "Oh, I read paranormal. I read fantasy." Baby, that wizard is real. Cause baby, it not over here. It ain't. Like that Glock is real, but that wizard over there with that little stick ain't that you twirling around trying to get a book to float. Like, no, that's not it. So when they be like, "Oh, it's unrealistic," or is it, baby? Baby, I don't know, cause it is real to me. I guess you ain't watched the news. That shit's real, okay? We got folks out here that say, "Oh, like I said, it ain't no yacht." No, they own them yachts. They got it how they had to get it, and they just want to tear something down. And urban fiction, they feel like it's probably the easiest thing. But it's not, because like I said, the ones that I have read, they with it. I see myself somewhere in there. Some if there ain't a cousin that's talking crazy to somebody, I'm somewhere in it. I don't see it in them other things, so they want to tear it down. Find something else to play with, because I ain't the one. Because you ain't tearing down this check, okay? Because
Come
I'm gonna
on.
write these books so these people can read it.
Every damn podcast. This little
Oh, I know.
MFR
He said you're
makes his
gonna
appearance.
get my time to shine.
Listen, and it's hot right here, huh? Let's move you to this side because the heater's on. So, uh-uh. Okay. So recently, someone decided, we're not going to say no names, but someone decided to take somebody's work and read it on YouTube for profit.
They stealing. They stealing.
Can you tell everybody why it's important that they need to go through the proper channels? Because there's so many cons to that. You know, it. I couldn't even do a video because I was so irritated.
Like when I saw it in For the Love of Urban Fiction, I approved. I'm one of the admins in that group. A lot of people don't know that, but when I saw it, I said, "Oh shit! Let me prove this so these authors can see it." And because at the end of the day, it's stealing. You cannot go on live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, and read people's work for free. Like, that's not, Amazon is already such this fickle place when it comes to our books and doing what like they really should be doing with us. They're not. They will find any and every reason to take down um our books. So it's like, why would you go in and jeopardize that for somebody who ain't even probably gave you permission to do it? You have a following of, I think somebody said she had like 7,000 subscribers or something,
Mm-hmm.
and you're reading their work online for free. And somebody tried to justify it about, "Oh, well, some of us buy it." Baby, some of y'all put it
And
back.
y'all with the
Put it back.
stealing.
I'm like, because you're stealing. We work hard. It may take y'all 4 or 5 hours to read a book. It takes us 4 or 5 weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years to write a book. And you think that I'm okay? Or I don't think any of my work was on there. I don't know. But I'm not okay with it. And like authors are saying, you're taking from our mouths. You're taking from my household. Everybody is not sitting on there buying this book and going for swipes. That's not how it works. We get paid pennies on the dollar. And it ain't even a lot of pennies on the dollar to be like, oh yeah, that's okay. Baby, never. Never. It's never okay. Don't play with our pockets like that, because at the end of the day, if my pockets is getting played with, I can't write these books. And if I can't write these books, well, what happened? Y'all stole my money. And because it's people don't pay attention. They complain about oh, poor edits. Baby, if I don't got no money, I can't pay for these edits. Okay? These they had that big hoopla. Oh, these covers look like club
Club flyers.
flyers.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna be able to pay for no good damn cover if y'all want to sit here and do all this. Like, they're not looking at it at the long end of it all. We putting in this work, money's behind the scenes, and you or whomever wants to get on there and read it and then be like, oh, it's fine. Oh, it's not. They don't get no money for it. Baby, her Cash App was the first thing you saw. She getting paid for this. Don't play with it when it comes to it. And the response, and I'll be completely honest, the readers, I'm not like surprised on some of them that don't think it's a big deal. It was some authors who didn't think it was a big deal, and I was like, you suck. You absolutely suck.
I don't know why. Okay. So, until it's their stuff.
Hmm.
Until it's their stuff, then they want to be causing a whole ruckus. I was okay. So apparently, Alexandria House, her one of her books, someone took her whole book, put a new cover on it with a pen name, like we wasn't gonna recognize her
Right.
work.
Come on now. We know Miss Housework. Don't do that. We know this. Huh. No, we know Miss House's work. Baby, as soon as I said, how I gonna report this? You're not gonna play with Alexandria House? No. No. And she wrote Big South? Oh no, baby. You're not about to
Baby,
play with
hey,
her.
Big South, and what's his
Baby.
name? What's the uncle name? Uncle Lee.
No.
Uncle Lee Chester. That's
Oh
what I said.
no. I said, baby, not Big South. No, no. She wrote Big South, baby. I need Big South. When I be in the mood, I'm like, baby, I'm gonna read Big South. It don't matter. I'm gonna go read Shhh. I'm gonna read somebody. Like, you not about to play on this woman's top. She works too hard. And I don't even know this woman. Never met her, never spoke to her, nothing. So when she said, I said, oh, baby, let me go report this. Let me report it. I'm not about to
As
play
did
with this lady
I.
money.
As did I. Y'all, if y'all see it, report it. This is our duty. We pay money. Whether we paying it to Kindle Unlimited for them to get the books for, it ain't for free because you're paying for it, but I need y'all to report it. Report
Right.
all of the foolishness, Don't support that foolishness, because again, that can cause an author not to write again. And then we wondering, well, where to work at? I can't afford it because y'all done stole it.
Yeah, because I'm going to tell you straight out. Hey, that man I'm married to, he ain't going to play these games. I'd be like, hey, I don't even want to work my regular job. And he'd be like, well, be a writer full time. Hey, I can't. Okay. I can't. If they stealing it, I can't. Because he going to be like, hey, you go get a job. And I'm like, yeah, I got to do that. Gotta do that. Not about to play these games.
That's crazy. That is crazy work to me. Just nasty. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, let's get into you. Let's talk about you. What made you start writing to begin with? How did you fall in love with writing?
It kills me because I hear all these authors be like, I've been writing since I was a child. And when I was in the third grade, I picked up a pencil and never put it down. Baby, I throw that pencil. Okay. This shit be pissing me off. Okay. It be pissing me off. I love it this week. Next week, I might be saying I'm retiring. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. I started writing in high school, like my senior year of high school, because I didn't have no other classes and I took gym all day. Okay. And I did. I played sports. Okay. And you had to be at school all day. You couldn't take half a day. So they put me in gym all day, and My teacher was like, please get out of here and go do something. And I was like, babe, I'm going to the computer lab. You ain't got to tell me nothing, okay? I was in there just living my best life. And um I took like AP English and stuff like that, like my senior year of high school. And my teacher was like, you're gonna write a story. And I was like, I bet you I don't. I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing this. And she was like, I bet you do. I said, hey. My mom said I don't have to. And she was like, I'll call her. And I was like, call her. It doesn't matter. That lady said I don't got to. That lady said I had to. Okay. So I wrote that story. I wrote it. And the shit was kind of fun. And so I did it again. And I did it again. And then somebody made me mad. So I stopped. Like, I stopped. Because back then, like, and I graduated in 2006. Okay. So I know you be like, Aubry, shut up. You a baby. But I ain't. I'm about to be 37 in a little bit. Okay.
You still
But
younger than my
I,
daughter.
so, but like I'm using the school supplies, baby. I didn't type this shit up on Word on the school computer, printed it out on the school paper, then bought a 3-ring binder from a teacher, baby. Y'all gonna supply this habits, okay, baby, okay. I'm passing like people passing around. It's going from like school to school. The principal called me and like, hey, you wrote this? I was like, oh hell no, I knew that shit. No, because it was not appropriate for school, baby. No, I'm not about to tell you y'all supplied this. No, nope. Did all that, got out of high school, went to college, went to the military, never wrote again. I didn't write for like maybe 10 years. Didn't pick up a pen or paper. No, I didn't give a shit. Like, no, I'm not doing this. And a friend of mine was like, I would get back into writing. And I was like, it's too much. I don't even know what I'm doing. And then I did it one day because I was bored and I was pregnant and I ain't had nothing else to do. Wrote some more. Okay. Computer full of books. And one of my friends was like, hey, you need to try to get published. I was like, girl, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't, Sent that shit off. And people were like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Who I really wanted to sign me told me go somewhere else. And I say I was mad.
Busy White House, huh?
Baby, I closed that laptop again for another 8 months. I said, oh, you told me no? Don't worry about it. Bet you I won't. You're not about to send me away. Okay. She sent my ass away. She don't even know this to this day. I would never say who it was because I have the utmost respect for her and her authors, but she sent me away. Okay. My feelings was hurt. Closed that laptop for about 8 months and then opened it back up again and sent it off some more because people was just like, Aubry, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Sent it out to probably like 3 or 4 other publishers. Publisher was, everybody said yes. But I was like, hey, you can't tell me what to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. And they was like, okay, that's fine. Cool. Go ahead and do that. Okay. And here I am. Doing what I want to do.
How do you, okay, so you sent out your work, you queried, somebody said yes. How did you know that you found the publisher for you? How did you
I didn't.
know that this was the right fit?
I didn't. It's a guess in any and everybody. I would never tell anyone not to sign with a publisher or to sign with a publisher. You have to do what's best for you. Um, I went with who I was comfortable with at the time. I went where I thought I could learn whatever I needed to learn, grow how I needed to grow, and I did just that. When again, will never tell anyone negative or positive when it comes to signing. Um, it's just after a while I wanted to go indie, so that's what I did. I put in the work on building my brand and learning what I could or couldn't do or could or couldn't write or all of that. And then once I was ready to step off, I stepped off, which I think is probably should be the ultimate goal for everybody. Like that's what you want to learn how to do. So that's just what I did.
Do you love being an author?
Today, Thursday? Yes. Tomorrow's Friday? Maybe. By Saturday? Mm-mm. Sunday, I'm gonna love this shit again.
I asked
Just
Scott
depends.
Reeves.
Just depends.
What is your
Some people
what?
love it every day.
Just tell me what your sign is.
I'm a Pisces.
No wonder. Me and you the same. Are you March or February?
February. I make it worse, baby. I know.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. But it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm here.
What's your favorite? Okay, no. Better question. The reason why I love your writing is because you humanize your characters. Like it's like I know them. Like I know Genesis. I know Cross. I know Nine. I was there with them. Like I was there. Is it difficult to humanize your characters?
I don't know. You can be honest because I don't know of a time that I didn't. It comes naturally to me to write them that way. So unless I just don't want you to like them, I'm gonna be like, hey, baby, this is who they are. You gonna love them or you not? And if you do, great, because they probably not gonna die. So you're gonna see them a lot.
I'm not playing with you today. But do you understand what I mean? I feel like
Yeah.
they are part of the family. Like Genesis, like I can picture him. Now I know he's you, and you might be him in mail form and book form, but the way he had me cackling when that girl was like, "I am not getting with you." He's like, "I got to get her back. Are you pregnant?"
You got me pregnant. We got together. Because that, I mean, but that's how I am though. So like that's the thing when people are like, how do you write these characters to like again, crude, how do you write him? I'm like, baby, that's me. Like I be saying shit like that. Again, if you talk to anybody who has actually held a conversation with me, they be like, oh baby, yeah, that's her. That's who she is. That's her. Like if you're in my readers group on Facebook, I get on them people's nerves every day or every time I can.
And you
I
don't
come in there
care.
and I don't care. What you gonna do? Beat me up? We don't even live in the same place. What you gonna leave? Okay, you'll be back. Like you don't like me? All right. It's a lot of people that don't. It's okay. Like you're gonna come back. You're gonna come back. You're gonna come back because I didn't do nothing but ask you what you was doing. Like, see, they in there talk about we not going nowhere because like that's my personality. Don't get me wrong. When you first meet me, I don't say anything. I'm very like, let me feel you out. I don't know what part of me is gonna work. So when I'm writing a character, I'm like, they already know each other. So you don't have that filling each other out type of thing. And when I'm reading or when I'm writing them, I'm like, yes, the audience is just getting to know them, but you're you're already coming in on an established person.
Right.
So I don't have to go in and be like, oh, this is such and such and they're 32 and they do that. Baby, I don't care. Baby, they was just at the club drinking and watching hoes. Like that's what they was doing. Like what happened? They was watching hoes. Oh, okay, cool. Like that to me is more entertaining than trying to get an introduction. I don't give a shit about none of that. I don't know how to do none of that stuff, Nicole. I don't know how to write none of this stuff.
But guess what? You might not know how to do it, but you're doing it.
But no, I'm saying I don't know how to do the introduction. Like you said, they family.
But
Yes,
even though they
baby.
may not be family, you've already introduced them in another book. So you know
Mm-hmm.
they familiar with each other. So it's not like they brand spanking new. They're everybody familiar with somebody.
Cause that is what they supposed to do. Like I don't know how to do nothing else. These voices be like, put me in, coach, and I'll be like, say less. And that's what I do.
What do
And then
your
I'm going about
husband
my
say
day.
about your book?
That man be sick of me, okay? He's sick of me. This man has known me since I was 12. Yeah, I'm 36. So he's sick of me. He be like, all right, and just walks away. He ain't no better. Somebody got to deal with my shit. He knew what he signed up for when he asked me to marry him. I'm like, your turn, buddy. Like, don't matter.
For life.
Okay. Like, we're not divorcing. I don't believe in that. Okay. You better go in that other room if you're mad. It's all right. And
I
he don't pay
am
me no mind.
screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you this. It's a
Mm-hmm.
two-part character. Question. What makes a good character, and then what makes a good scene?
I got one answer. I don't know. I just write. I feel like all the characters are good characters unless they're a bad guy.
But they
And
need
what
good
I
characters
find,
as a bad guy. The
yeah,
ingredients
if they,
to a good character is what?
if you a bad guy, I'm gonna make you do all the bad shit. I don't.
But you
I
know
don't
what it is.
know.
You know what it is. They're all flawed.
Yes.
They're all flawed in a sense that um, we can understand or we can relate with.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though Genesis is out there, to me, I listen. I got some family members that was dropped on the hell. I was dropped.
I told my kids the other day. I said, I know I dropped all three of y'all, and they was flabbergasted. And I was like, hey, I was a young mom. I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, still winging it, and they just be like, oh, okay, like so.
It's
I
my
don't know.
auntie's fault. They dropped me.
Oh, I'm gonna tell my kids my sister dropped them.
My aunties, both of them, they tried to put their beds together because they were at the time 16 and 11. They tried to put
Oh, baby,
they
yeah, you
twin
went
beds
down.
together, and I fell through the
Yeah, you went
bed.
down. You wasn't making that. You wasn't making that. No, like I look at it when I know I have like a quote unquote bad guy character. I'm never gonna tell you any of his good qualities. I'm absolutely never for what? He's a bad guy. He's gonna die.
But you
Like
did with Jamel. You said, I mean, you said in the beginning he treated her well until he got what he wanted,
exactly. Now I gotta tell you all his bad shit. Like
and
I
stay
didn't
on it.
tell you what he did. Yeah. That's like if you're in a relationship and your homegirl only tell you the bad stuff about her guy. Yeah,
Right.
he's a
You
bad
ain't
guy.
gonna like him.
If she get into a new relationship and she tell you only good things about her good guy, her new guy, you like, oh, he's a good guy. Forget that ex. Like, don't worry about it.
Right.
That's how I look at it. I'm gonna come in and tell you all the great stuff about these male characters or these female characters that I'm keeping around. But all my bad guys or my quote unquote villains, I'm gonna tell you all their bad stuff. I'm gonna give you every annoying quirk that I think that they could probably have. And then you just kind of go from there. Now, on what's a good scene or a quote unquote bad scene, I don't know. Because what I find entertaining in scenes, other people are like, oh, okay. But then what readers find entertaining, I'd be like, that was nothing. It's all right. You go from there. So I don't be knowing.
Oh, the way my side is hurt right now. Okay, okay,
Imagine how
okay,
my
okay.
friends feel.
Okay, okay. If you could pick one character that's most like you, is it Genesis or is it just a little bit of everybody?
I don't want to say. You're not gonna have me out here embarrassing myself. So okay, it's Genesis. She said it's probably fire, baby. I think it depends on the situation.
So it's a little bit of
I'm
everybody.
yeah, because I'm absolutely gonna say I don't say the first thing that comes to my mind. I usually say like the second or the third. Um, so I'm gonna say whatever. I don't care, and I'm probably gonna say it without even realize that I said it. And then I just kind of go from there. Like I said, I'm when I first meet you, I'm quiet. I don't do the whole like, oh, we're friends and maybe I don't know you're a stranger. Stop talking to me. Like, no. Um, But I'm very, very, oh, I'm getting my revenge. Oh, you did me wrong. I bet you I do you worse. Like, that's just how I am. And then but then sometimes I'm just like, oh, it's fine. I don't care. But I'm, I'm a little bit of everybody.
Okay,
A
okay,
little
that's
bit.
fair. That's fair. That's fair. What's the one thing you're gonna always include in a book? In one of your books?
Humor. I'm not a serious person.
At all.
Like, I get too serious. I'd be like, oh no, I can't do this. Mm-mm. Somebody figure this out. Call my mama and ask her what she doing. Like, mm-mm. Nope.